Hey, friend. Welcome to Purpose Unlocked, the space where dreamers, doers, and changemakers like you come to build legacies that truly matter. I'm Christy Smith, your anti cookie cutter coach, sustainable legacy builder, and author of The Intuitive Entrepreneur. And around here, we do things differently. If you've ever felt that quiet pull for more purpose, more freedom, more impact, you're in the right place. Every week, we'll have real, unfiltered conversations about what it takes to build a purpose driven business and a life that actually feels good. You'll hear stories, strategies, and mindset shifts from visionaries who are redefining success their own way, authentically, intentionally, and unapologetically. Because this isn't just about growing a business. It's about creating a legacy that lasts. So take a deep breath, grab your coffee, and let's unlock your purpose together. So I want you to think, when was the last time you stepped into complete darkness? No flashlight, no street light, just the unknown stretching ahead. That's what entrepreneurship feels like sometimes. You're walking without guarantees. You can't see the full path, and you can only see the next step illuminated by your internal flame. And October, with its long nights, reminds us the dark isn't something to fear. It's a space of possibility. So I'm going to take you back to when I first left my 9 to 5 to build my business. I was terrified, and there was no roadmap, no paycheck waiting every 2 weeks, just me, my vision, and a whole lot of uncertainty. Every day felt like walking into the dark. No guarantees, no applause, no clear signs that I was doing it right. But here's what I discovered. The dark is not the enemy. It's the birthplace of transformation. The dark is where creativity stirs before it takes shape. It's where intuition whispers the truth you've been too busy to hear. It's where courage isn't just a word. It's a muscle you build, one leap at a time. That season of uncertainty taught me something powerful. You don't need a map when you're guided by purpose. Because when you trust that inner pull, the one that says there's more for you, the dark becomes the place where your legacy begins. And I'm not the only one. When Howard Schultz first pitched the idea of Starbucks as a coffeehouse experience, a place for connection, culture, and community, investors thought he was out of his mind. Who would pay more for coffee when they could make it at home? But he saw something they didn't. He wasn't just selling coffee. He was building belonging. He trusted that vision even when others dismissed it. And that courage to walk into the unknown, it changed how the world connects over a simple cup of coffee. His story is proof that visionaries don't wait for validation. They create it. They trust their instincts long before the world understands their genius. Another case? Whitney Wolfe Herd's story is one of radical rebirth. After leaving Tinder in the middle of a painful exit and legal battle, she faced the kind of darkness most people would run from. Her reputation was questioned, her confidence shaken, and the world was watching. But instead of shrinking, she redefined the game. Out of that darkness came Bumble, a dating app built on flipping power dynamics and empowering women to make the first move. Her courage turned pain into purpose. And today, as one of the youngest female billionaires, she stands as living proof that sometimes your breakdown becomes the blueprint for your breakthrough. And if you want something just a little bit closer to home, I will share a little story about one of my clients. I'm going to call her Alex. She walked away from a 6-figure corporate job that looked perfect on paper, but left her feeling hollow. When she told friends and family she was starting a social impact business, they called her reckless. The fear was real. The dark was thick, but she chose purpose over predictability. She chose to bet on her heart instead of her resume. Today, that risky decision has blossomed into a thriving business that's not only profitable, but transforming lives in her community. She didn't just build a company, she built a legacy. What all these stories share is simple but profound. The dark isn't the end of the path. It's the beginning of your becoming. Every visionary, every rebel, every changemaker you admire has stood where you're standing, staring into the unknown, heart racing, not sure what comes next. But when you choose to move anyway, guided by purpose and fueled by conviction, you don't just find your way forward, you light the way for others. So here are your reflection questions for this week. The first one, what darkness are you resisting in your business right now? Next, where might uncertainty actually be an invitation to courage? And finally, what next small step could you take, even if you can't see the whole path? So, Rebel, this October, and I know we're wrapping it up, I invite you to walk into the dark, not with fear, but with curiosity. Not alone, but with community. Carry the steady flame of your purpose in your hands. The dark is not the end. It's the beginning of something deeper, wilder, and more true. Thank you for tuning in to Purpose Unlocked. I'm so glad you're here. Every time you press play, you're choosing to invest in your growth, your purpose, and the legacy you're meant to create. And that matters. If something in today's episode resonated, take a moment to share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because when one of us rises, we all rise. And if you haven't already, hit follow, leave a review, or share your biggest takeaway on social. I love hearing what's landing for you. Remember, you weren't made to blend in. You were made to lead, to create, and to build something that lasts. So take what you've learned today, trust your intuition, and go make bold moves towards your purpose. I'm Christy Smith, your anti-cookie cutter coach and sustainable legacy builder, reminding you that your dream isn't just possible, it's waiting for you to claim it. So let's keep unlocking purpose together.